So my name is Sergeant James Valle. I've been based at Bournemouth for 10 years now. I'm an intervention sergeant. I've been in intervention sergeant for 2 years. Deal with all the regular 999 calls covering Elstree, Bournemouth, Hertsmere area. I do really enjoy being here. I most recently moved over to our community safety unit as of today, which is just to gain more experience around our neighbourhood policing team. When the lived-in experience first came about, I was asked by an officer if I would like to attend because they wanted to get the perspective of obviously frontline officers, and I hadn't long moved from being a PC at the time, so they wanted to see what I could give. I went to one of the first sessions of it for the pilot scheme back on the 27th of March last year, 2024. The people that were being trained on the session were new officers that were in the sort of the first few weeks of their training, so they had never ever come across any of the information that was giving out in the pilot scheme. To them it was new. I was asked only really to attend to see if I could give a perspective, good or bad, so that they could obviously enhance it and improve it to keep rolling out the training. I sat sort of at the back of the room, but again, because it was for the new officers, the victims that came in gave their perspective of everything, good and bad. It was very interesting to hear some of the things they did have to say, because I think you can get, which I've mentioned before to people, is empathy fatigue, where you've been to something so many times before, maybe the same person, and you automatically as a human being, you might think, oh, it's that person again. Obviously as an officer you can't think that way. You've got to be looking at everything as a fresh new experience, or continuing on from what's happened, and give that person 110% every single time. Obviously because you do come across a lot of domestic related things, you can also go to a fresh new person and still have the wrong perspective on it, because you think, oh, I'm just there, I want to just fill in my risk assessment, doing all my work, and sort of get out of there and miss some of the really poignant key parts of being there. And those victims giving their opinions really showed that and highlighted it, because one of them in particular was a continuous victim who'd had lots of interaction with police, and they felt that lots had been missed and that things could have been done more to help them. They didn't really want to open up because they'd had some bad experiences as well, so that meant the next time when they gave out information they held back a lot of it and they didn't get support that they needed. Then it moved on to another victim who said that they had a bad experience, but then they had another officer who had a really good experience, and they said it was black and white. They said that they then really brought their faith back in policing, and they could really then open up and realise they were being listened to. And I think that is really important as a response officer, because that's all you go to most of the time. Domestic violence is a massive thing for us. I can see now as well the pilot scheme has worked really well and has continued, and now officers that are even like myself got lots of experience of being brought into these training sessions, and it's been enhanced and improved along the way, and I think it will make a real difference for people.